If you overthink things all the time, you're exactly like this old lady. Let's call her Margaret. While you should instead be like Frodo Baggins. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. Margaret is one of those old people that are super nosy. You know the ones. Margaret stands in her window all day, keeping track of what people do. And you're thinking, how does this relate to me overthinking what to write to that cute girl in my class? It's because of this. Both of these behaviors come from you not having anything more important to care about. Margaret's a widow. She lives alone and she retired a long time ago. She doesn't have much to do, which results in her obsessing over unnecessary things. And your overthinking is the same. Because if you really had some goals that you would stop at nothing to achieve, that you work really hard towards, you wouldn't care that much about what to reply to that Snapchat, because what's on your mind is your goals. Think about Frodo Baggins, for example, from Lord of the Rings. He's given the ring and his mission is to bring it to Mount Doom and literally save the world. That's a pretty important goal. Do you think his mind is on what to say to some girl he meets? No, it's not. He has something much more important to care about. Overthinking people don't want to admit this. I wouldn't want to admit this back in the day when I was the biggest overthinker that I knew. It was a huge problem for me, leading me down rabbit holes of mental health issues. And I would never admit it, but it was obviously because there weren't enough things that mattered to me. Do you think you would be overthinking if you were actually like starving and you needed some place to sleep for the night? Back in the days when I was overthinking things, I didn't have anything in my life that I felt like I needed to work on 24/7, that I felt so strongly for that everything else around me disappeared. But instead of admitting that, I would just view myself as a victim, just going, oh, my mind is so horrible, I'm my own worst enemy. It's so stupid because what I didn't realize, and what you probably still haven't realized, is this. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. If you obsess this much over some tiny trivial thing in the form of overthinking it, this can be good news. This means that you're capable of analyzing things deeply and obsessing over things. You know who also obsess over things? The most successful people in the world. They obsess like crazy over what they wish to achieve, and this means that you have the gift of being able to do that. You just change how you use that ability, because now you don't have anything that's important enough to do. Now you're instead like Margaret, and your tendency to obsess is being used for something bad. Overthinking trivial things like what to write to some random girl who, by the way, is probably not even into you. She's into the guy that's obsessing over something else that's important to him and not her. Instead, be like the guy that obsesses over something important, something that will get you places, like Frodo. If you want to do that and stop obsessing over unnecessary things, watch this video and click here to subscribe. And also click the link down below and get a completely free Zoom call with me. So talk to you soon and earn your sleep.